my goal today is to inspire you guys. But first, let's start with a question. What is the point to use AI and no-code automations? Why you actually need them? Like, this is the question for you, and I want you to think about it and probably put your answers in the chat, because this is a critical point, like no turn point, when you realize that, hey, there is no other way than just start automating. And I'll give you an example and just my vision on it. Imagine that busy work is a tax on our creativity. Every manual task you repeat every day just steals our internal energy that you can actually spend on something big. Brainstorming new ideas, new ways to solve the problem, new ways to grow your business. But instead, you need to send those, manual emails, or manually update information or enrich information for your prospects, or think about and write those like blog posts from scratch, and so on and so on and so on. Well, you can imagine this list is just endless. But with AI and with no code automations, it just completely changes everything. And this is why I'm so here to be today and present you the ideas that you can actually grab and implement. My name is Olivia Milton. I'm fractional or part-time CMO at B2B tech companies. Previously, I was CMO at reply.io. That's a cold outreach automation platform. And our recent products, the recent product of reply.io is JSON AI SDR. So basically AI agents that can automate the whole outreach process, from getting prospects, building the prospect list to reach out to, creating messages, building the whole sequence for outreach, and even responding to your prospects on your behalf. This is just an example that actually automations are a big part of our professional lives, and we need more of them. So today, we will first and a little bit talk about the basics, the fundamentals, AI and automations, how to build agentic workflows that will do work for us. Then we will do some walkthrough of 5 AI no-code automations that I meticulously picked out for you today, and they are within marketing and sales role functions. And then finally, I will provide you the copy-paste blueprint. So basically in form of JSON files with all the prompts included, so you can actually upload them into your no-code automation system and use them. Well, spoiler alert, a lot of those no-code automations will be connected with make.com. And we'll do Q&A at the end of the webinar. So I think that will be the best option, not to interrupt the flow. What we all need to know is that chatting with AI does not execute work. And basically, I see this question in the chat from samples from Olena, that it was about, hey, how frequently you use automations. So basically, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and Claude, it's not about automations. These systems allow us to do some analysis, insights generation, and content creation, but it's not about automation. On the other hand, we have no-code automation systems like make.com, N9N, and so on and so forth, that allow us to connect different systems, not being a developer. But the pure magic starts when we combine AI and no code together. And spoiler alert, you don't need to buy like some already made tools. You basically can do any agentic workflow yourself. By saying agentic, I mean that it's both AI and automated. So basically, you can pick up any process that you have so far in your company, put it down, and identifying the pieces of this process, actually the parts of this process, And then you can automate it, not just with no-code systems, but including AI models in them to make them purely agentic, um, smart systems, smart automated systems that will work for you. So automations that we will use today will like they are built on tools like Make, Clay, and Relevance AI. I will dive deeper into these tools while I'll be doing demos of the 5 AI no-code automations. But these are really super easy to use tools. They are basically available on freemium, so you can start absolutely free using them and enjoy the power of what they can provide. Before you start doing any automation, I advise to visualize first what you want to automate. So start with a quick process diagram. And here I'm including a guide to process mapping. It's really, it's nothing complicated basically. So you just need to know how to use the like these different types of blocks to better visualize the process. And then try picking up the most easy, like the shortest process that you have so far. Or imagine any process that you have in your just, non-work life. Let's say, what is the process of cooking a burger, right? Okay, so that's so obvious for us. Let's just like walk step by step. So first we need ingredients, right? Then we need to probably bake this meat, bring some spices, and organize all the layers in proper order. So it's so obvious when we just start to untangle like some complicated process or any process to its parts of like that it consists of. And that's where like that's the step zero, the homework that we need to do before diving into the automation system. So I advise you always start with that. It will save you a lot of time just to identify what step follows like the second, the third, and so on and so forth. Like what is the whole sequence of those steps should be in order to make the process work in the best way possible. And without further ado, let me dive into the automations itself. So today I prepared for you 5 AI no-code automations. First one, inbound lead email responder. Second will be for taking industry news and creating social content. Third, in-depth account research. Fourth, for automatic blog post generator. And fifth, for LinkedIn content creation. And the first one, inbound leads email responder. Well, of course, so far we have a lot of systems on the market that can do this from like out of the box. Ready to use systems, email responders, but what if we want to build this ourselves? And I'd be frank, this process is much more simple than we can imagine, especially when we know its parts and how to set it up for ourselves. Let's say you are a B2B tech product for a small business, and you have a strong inbound flow for your website. So you have a web form where a user can sign up for a demo or a free trial of your product, or you just imagine you're a service company. It's typically the same. Like this example, it will be applicable. Then we have a some process that should happen inside, like, hey, do we want to route this lead to a specific salesperson? Is it enough of information that we get from the form, or we need to enrich this information, and so on and so forth? So in this example, we have the system that consists of the 3 parts. Okay, it's not well seen, I think, for you guys, but let me then switch to like just first the 3 parts. The first part is actually our product sign up. That's it. The second part will be for Clay, and we will use webhook and Clay's enrichment features, including ClayGent. It's a Clay's AI agent. And then we will push this data to make where we'll parse the data and create email, connect our Gmail, and send the email to our new coming leads directly from Gmail from a specific salesperson that has to pick up this lead and work with this contact. So let's do a quick demo. Okay, let's share my screen now. Okay. So, and this is our example. Let's do it like this. So let's say I'm a prospect. I'm putting a founder of lead generation agency called AQ that we are working on with. And I will explain now why I'm putting this so deliberately into the system. So let's say the form is submitted. Now we are switching to the Clay. So basically, what is Clay? And I love this system so much. Imagine a magic table that allows you to do anything with your contact information, company information that you want. So the webhook took the data from the lead form, and here you go. So this is for the purpose of this webinar, we just have it simplified. And we have the third record. So Michelle Levin from ColdAQ and his email. And then Clay allows us to do any sort of enrichment that we want. It identified the company. It did some research and is already doing this research to identify LinkedIn of this person. I didn't provide it. Then ClayGent is doing an amazing work, and I'll just show you how it's done. So it basically, imagine, again, that's what I mentioned at the beginning. AI inside of no-code systems allows to do magic. So this is an agent that lives inside of Clay. And we are able to put a prompt to this agent and to do some work with our data. So my context is I'm just making a task for this agent. Hey, you have received an email submission containing the following information, and these are variables from the table. Your task is to identify the domain of the company associated with this information, and so on and so forth. So basically, it identifies our domain. Then another Clay agent identified the person's role based on LinkedIn profile. So it's actually a scraped LinkedIn profile. Then Perplexity has built-in AI systems like Perplexity, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and so on and so forth. So what I asked Perplexity inside Clay to do is to find for every contact that we are receiving from a web form, to find the information about their companies. I need to find information about the company and company variable to answer the questions below. LinkedIn subscription of a person, description of a person, and URL link, and the prompt itself. So based on what Perplexity found, the information about the person and company, I asked ChatGPT to think about the ideas on cold outreach email. Hey, knowing what we know about this person, getting all the information that we need for this person. Hey, just create ideas how we're gonna proactively reach out to this lead via email channel. What we did next, we split it based on the company size. So you see, AI identified the headcount for the company, for the context company. And let's say it's only 34 people according to LinkedIn. And it is qualified as SMB. So the formula within the slate table is defining that, hey, companies less than 50 employees are SMB companies. And they are like segmented and marked as SMB and mid-market. when this process is done, we are good to go to make automation. So we enriched the data. We found all the data that we want about this prospect, and it's time to do the automation stuff with make.com. Give me a second. I'll switch scenarios right now. Okay, so that's inbound. And here we go. We have the second part, the third part for the automation itself. So again, we have a webhook. What is webhook? Just let me do this step aside. Webhook, imagine, like in simple words, for those of you who didn't work with this entity, imagine a postman bringing you a newsletter or just a letter. A postman is a webhook. And a letter is basically a data that is brought to you. So webhook allows us to pull and push data from one system to another, from web form to Clay or to make.com, from Clay to any other system. It's just a type of like bringing information back and forth within the systems. So again, we're using webhook. We are taking information from Clay, and then we are routing this information. Again, as I mentioned, in Clay, we have this segmentation for SMB and mid-market businesses. So we split it down, split those leads. And for mid-markets, I have one flow, and I want my message, my email sound a bit differently. And for SMB, it's more like no sales. I don't want a person to expect a sales call. The messages are different. You can think about what will be your specific peculiarities about this process. But anyway, for our current example, that was email. Just let me show you the prompt. Okay, it just needs some few seconds to think. And you see here in prompt, I'm using the variables that I received via webhook from Clay. So I'm saying, hey, first, you are a proficient email assistant. You are monitoring your leads that register to reply, well, just my example, an outreach automation system. Your task is to create a high quality personalized email on behalf of Olivia. Use these variables, first name, job title, company size, company name, and so on and so forth, to create email copy. You can adjust these scripts in order to make it more like exclude some deviations, like don't use these symbols, don't use that, and stuff like that. It's just a matter of time to test it out. We're so-called sort of developers, no-code developers, but still. So you definitely want to work with that. And then I use a tool, Bubble, where I ask, hey, let's do some delay. We don't want to sound automatic. We want our email to be sent within some time. It can be 10 seconds, it can be 30 seconds, a few minutes, but it's up to you. And then our email is sent. So basically, we are using the email address that we received from Clay, and Clay received it from the web form. And then we are having a subject line. Well, it's again, here it's hard coded. And we are taking the results from the previous bubble, which is a welcome email, no sales, that we just described, basically ChatGPT. So the result of ChatGPT prompt is basically an email copy, and we are sending this email copy directly to a user. And let me quickly show you how it looks. So basically, it is, give me a second. It will be like this. So it will look like email I sent on my behalf, welcome to reply, and so on and so forth. So you see, it's sort of like email sent directly from my Gmail account that is connected to Make, and that is sent within the specific time period that I defined. And it allows us to catch the lead within first minutes once the web form is submitted. And with that, start this conversation. So again, as my goal today is to provide inspiration and inspire you guys to actually think about your processes and how to adjust what I'm presenting today to your specific business needs. I hope that you are following my self-training. But let's get to our second automation. And yeah, just a kind reminder, please think about questions. We will be doing a Q&A session at the end. I'm super curious to answer them and to learn about questions. So the second automation is about getting industry use and create social content based on them. So imagine you have a blog post or email newsletter where you include and publish something that is recently happening in your industry. Very specific, very to the point, but still it just something that you want to happen like on a recurring basis, like every week, every day you want to post something. Imagine like if you already have it, just imagine and you can count how much time you spend on getting the information. But with this workflow, it will be super easy. Let's again switch to a demo. And I'm sharing my screen again. For this automation, we will have only make.com. Again, this is our previous workflow. Let's jump into, yeah, that is for content, RSS to content. So I used RSS app, which is basically RSS app, and created a feed for AI agents. So I want to collect the news of everything around AI agents that happen, all the news happening in the world about that topic. Again, I can adjust this feed, like exclude something, include something. That is for webinar purposes. I want to make it simple. So having this feed, what I can do, I can connect it to my Make. So basically, this is the link I'm sharing with Make. And I'm saying, hey, please take maximum number of items. So I want like 10 posts of the day to be collected by Make. What I want to do then, I have Airtable connected to my Make. And what I want is to send title, URL, and date updated to my Airtable table in order to collect the news links. So here is how it looks like. Let's say you see I just started to prepare this case early in May, and I already collected some news that happens. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing that. Oh, this is how it looks like. So I have a specific table in Airtable. I have news titles, I have links, and I have date. What happens next is then we use Perplexity, and we put all the news one by one to Perplexity, the specific links, and we ask Perplexity to summarize the article. And Perplexity is really good at reading URLs, right? It's just the probably number one LLM that we can rely on for this task. What happens next? We want to sync this summary again back to our table. Now we have specific news, and now we have a summary of the specific article that Perplexity did. So we're syncing it back to Airtable. Then what we're doing is we are we're changing the dates so it looks like more understandable for us. It's just that is mostly for us for our convenience. And then what we want to do is we want to aggregate the data and split it to different I would say, branches of this process. So let's say we want to create posts for Instagram and Facebook for this example, but you can also use X, Twitter, LinkedIn, or consider anything else. I mean, this can the endpoints can be not just a social media, but let's say if you have an email newsletter that you are sending to your subscribers with industry news, you can let's say keep information in Airtable and then use it for your email. So what is happening next? We are asking ChatGPT to create a copy, and for like for my examples, I really love O3 mini system. You will be just seeing it every time, but again, it's up to you. You decide which model to use. And then we have a prompt, which is you're creating one Instagram feed post for founders and operators. You receive an array, and this is an aggregated data from Airtable. It contains 2 to 10 fresh tech business news items from today. And then goes the instruction, scan every object in the array, pick a single most impactful story for B2B operators, write one Instagram caption, and there is instruction exactly how to do this, how to finish with thoughts, drop a comments, and stuff like that. We are instructing on the tone. It should be, well, for this example, clear, punchy, slightly conversational, and so on and so forth. That formats. Again, you can play with that, and I actually encourage you to use ChatGPT to create the prompts for ChatGPT. It's like, hey, I need a prompt to create Instagram posts, and you can even provide a reference of a Instagram post that you want like to copy style, and the prompts that ChatGPT will provide for ChatGPT, it will be just probably the most compelling. So we have prompts. We also like providing the role for the specific ChatGPT model. So you are a B2B growth storyteller. Well, experts say that it actually helps. So we instructed ChatGPT. We want also to have a picture for this. And again, we have a prompt. We use DALL-E 3 model to create a picture. And then for this example, I want to sync the information back to our Airtable. So, and for this example, here is the post. So I already did this before this webinar. So it's 40% efficiency boost, and you can see that it just took the information, the news, and as the result of this process, we see this post. Well, it's nice. I just think we can probably do some slight edits, but overall that's good. And we have a picture. And again, we have the same for Facebook copy, since Facebook copy has different prompt. So this is how it looks for Facebook copy. Again, it's up to you to decide what type of post, like how the post should look like, and adjust the prompts. But I think you just see how it actually works. Okay, so now let's get back to our slides again. Okay, and let's proceed with the third AI no-code automation, which is about using relevance AI. And when I found this system, like when I discovered the system for myself, I was amazed how smart and easy it is to use. And let me just show you this pure magic. Again, we have a demo part, and let me do a screen sharing. Okay. So what is Relevance AI? Relevance AI allows us to build any custom AI agent that we can think about. So let's say for this example, I'm in love with Atlas for account analysis. Let's say you have a task. You want to do something similar to what we did in the first example. We want to enrich information and like fill the gaps for a specific company that is signing up. So let's say we want to discover much more, like every possible information about the company. Let's see how it actually, yeah, right here, we are at the bills. So Relevance AI allows us to create a prompt. So basically, this is the agent. This is the instruction, the prompt for the agent, and the agent will follow it. You are a world-class salesperson who specializes in researching companies and recording useful notes for sales. Then you need to provide information about your company. Agent needs to know who you are and what are your goals. And these are the variables. So you work for company name and company description. What are the variables? It's a separate set of fields to which we can provide a specific description. So let's say for this example, company name, Relevance AI, we're describing this company. Well, you can do the same for your company and copy paste and just change it. We have another variable and we'll use it within the agents for report structure. So like we are instructing agents, hey, once you're done with your research, this is the structure I want to receive the information, the research information that you did. This is what I want to see. Qualification criteria, like provide a score from 1 to 5 chili peppers, indicating how closely matching an ideal customer profile or hot account is for sales outreach, and so on and so forth. So it's like we even say that, hey, this account should be like the best matching our ideal customer profile. Just tell us that it is after analysis. Agents are super smart. So, and also agents need part of variables, agents needs tools. Basically, Relevance AI allows to work with almost everything that you can imagine, from Google search to reading PDFs to extracting content from website and so on and so forth. So you basically can click on the add tools and search on like everything that you can find here. Is like more than 9,000 tools available here. Just spend enough time to figuring out what you can do for, again, for inspiration. And then let's get to the prompt. So what we want to do, instructions. Your task is to compile a detailed research report on a prospect company. We will start with no prior knowledge about the company and we'll use various research methods. So we'll start with Google search on the prospect company's name and then extract content from the website. Again, these are the tools that we are that we included from this tools table. Use Google again, Google search to find prospect revenue and information about funding rounds. Use Google search again to find news or release about products. And then use Google search to find out how the prospect has invested in AI. Again, we need to find everything that we want and we need for further communication, probably for outreach. But imagine this as first you need to identify the process, right? What we want to find out and what data do we want to get. We can even put a task to read PDFs if there are PDFs available on the web. And then use Get LinkedIn Profile to find LinkedIn profile. We can also use Find LinkedIn Jobs to find out whether the company is hiring sales staff, right? Because that's another conversational point for our count employees by description to find number of employees. Again, to remember, we did that's the same at Clay. So we enriched the information about the prospect with company and the company size. And that also allows to do some segmentation for lead routing, for instance. Again, this thing can also do this for us, and so on and so forth. So let's do a quick demo, how it works. Let's say I want to research a company, well, samples. So let's see what Atlas can find for us. And the best part of it is that it can also, like in Make, when we are building a workflow, if you like actually had experience with Make, sometimes it can be annoying because if you did something wrong, if you didn't match the proper fields, the system is like, oh, error, you cannot execute the flow. But Relevant CI allows, like, it just can correct its own prompt to make it work better. So, like, it can correct errors that happen within the flow. So, yeah, it just can take some time to work here, but you see, it's like really magic, and it allows to do so many things and collect so many information that you like, just imagine how much time can you save with this. Again, that is completely free. You don't need anything. You don't need to buy subscription. I use freemium account, and that works for me. So just it takes some time. Well, while it works, I think we can probably do a quick some pause and switch to the fourth workflow, not to spend time on this part. And then I will show you the result for the third flow. So let me get back here. And the fourth flow is for automatic blog post generator. Again, let's do it real quick. And demo part, I will be sharing my screen again. And this one is for Make as well. Right here. Again, let's do our scenarios. Automatic blog post generator. Again, you will have all the blueprints, and you can use, like, actually import the JSONs to your make.com accounts, and all the prompts will be there, all the bubbles. So it will be super easy to start. But just again, quick overview of how it works. So we have, we want to generate ideas for our blog. And we instruct first ChatGPT bubble to actually come up with specific ideas provided in JSON file. Instructing, give me a second. Oh yeah, like providing all the information about the business, the company, the product, and so on and so forth. So you can see it's just all there. Then we parse this information with JSON. So what is basically JSON? That's a format to pass data from one system to another. We use the result of ChatGPT. Then we use iterator model to regroup the data and to process every idea one by one, not all of them together, but one by one. And then we start working on specific ideas. So again, we take the value, so specific blog post idea, and then we have instructions. First, okay, if we are, like, imagine we are content managers. When we have content idea, what is the next step? The next step is to create some outline for our blog post. So, and this is the instruction. Hey, let's do markdown on the outline. Okay, so we have it. Then, based on the outline, we want to create a actual blog post around the topic, and we are sending the outline, creating the previous bubble. Again, all the instructions, what to include and what not. Then, once we have a blog post, we want to do some SEO enrichments, like provide some SEO optimization to make it SEO friendly and make it rank higher. Again, we are instructing that, hey, make this blog post SEO friendly, including 5 different keywords and stuff like that. Again, all these prompts, you will have them. And finally, we probably need a picture. Yes, I think that is. Oh no, that is for rewrite this blog post to ensure there is no grammar or spelling mistakes. Again, like, this is a typical process of a content manager, and you can automate it all. And the results will be saved as a Google Doc. Well, for this example, we'll save it and we'll have a really good piece of blog post ready for, slide editing and then publishing. let's see if our agents finished. Give me a second. If the agent finished the reports. Oh, yes, it did. Okay, so here is how it looks like. We have company overview, we have qualification score, growth indicators, AI initiatives, and so on and so forth. So it's structured, it looks good, everything there as it should. This link to this specific agent will be also included in the materials. So, and finally, our fifth automation will be for, let me just say here, within make.com. So it will be for LinkedIn content creation. And let's do, again, quick scenario. And yeah, some social folder, LinkedIn content creation. It's, I think you already got this pattern when we need to create a content. We need to start with some input data. It can be either some industry news, or we want to ask ChatGPT brainstorm some ideas for us, or we can have a already created brainstormed ideas. And give me a second, I'll again share this example. Okay, here we go. So for this example, we have again, Airtable with two tabs, topics and posts. So let's say we already brainstormed topics and descriptions for our LinkedIn content, and we have statuses for those posts. Okay, so when we decide to process some idea, we want to change the status to, I think, give me a second, it should be approved. In our automation, it should be approved. So you see here, we have our Airtable connected. We have a specific tab here, and we have status approved, which is formula, and it pushes data to our system. Then we want to ask Perplexity, hey, Perplexity, we need your help. As an AI assistant, researchers, your goal is to research hot topics and trends in AI automation, and we are sending the topic and description that just provide us more information, again with the instruction. And the instruction, the results should be in JSON file format. That is critical. Then we parse this information. We use aggregator, iterator, just to process it one by one. And what we do next, we do few seconds, and we do the prompt, which is, hey, draft a copy for LinkedIn. And then we return this copy back to Airtable. And here we go. It's in POS. So this is how it looks on the other side. When the process is done, we have LinkedIn posts already created. And it's also about like the prompt itself. You can craft it in a way just to like address any content framework that you like. Let's say problem assessment solution, or anything that you want. But here is LinkedIn post, 100% generated with AI, based on the ideas already brainstormed. And here is how it looks. Well, not bad, structured, it's not too long, it has some question at the end. And our status here is ready for review. So for me as a content manager, I know that it's generated, I need to review it and then publish. Again, I'm not advising to use LinkedIn automation, but for those of you who want to try, you can also add another bubble for LinkedIn and connect LinkedIn here for further publishing. Yeah, here we go. So that's it. It was super fast. Let me get back to you guys here. It was super fast. Let's probably get back to questions and answers first before we will be closing this webinar, finishing this webinar. Olena? I think it's, yeah, so we are at the part for Q&A.
Okay, Thank you very much. Do you have anything to add? I can see that there are a few slides. Or
The slides left are just to again announce that all the blueprints will be included, and here is a link for them in the slides. I mean, I will share the slides, and in the slide there is a link to blueprints, which you can you see there is this files of JSON with JSON that you can import in your make.com system and make it work like out of the box.
sounds awesome. Thank you very much.
Yep, yep. For those of you who likes today's content, I would love to connect with you guys. So please do that. You can either scan this QR codes or once you have the slides, just click on this link for LinkedIn link, and I'd be happy to connect and stay in touch. Feel free to send me your questions, ideas about how to use AI automations. It's just the whole new world that once you are in it, there is no way out. So I hope that I inspired you to open it and try it out.
Oh, thank you very much. But that's not all we have. We'll have a Q&A session for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. So guys, just leave your questions in the chat. And I can see one question here from Chloe, and let's start with it. So the question is, how do I measure if these automations are actually boosting sales or loyalty?
That's a really good question. So for our examples, the automations were mainly about either saving time that you would spend for manual operations like reaching contact information or brainstorming ideas. So it's just about like mostly about saving time. But if we talk about boosting sales, um, like imagine like I probably the first automation is the best example. So when we are reaching out to our prospects within minutes, not all the time, it helps us to catch this lead and start communication. We'll probably reach out to this lead. Like you can imagine that you can twist the automation and add some calling system and reach out like cold leads and say, hey, just I see your request and is this the right time for us to chat, to talk now over the phone? So it's mostly about being efficient and saving hours of time. But the efficiency itself, it just really depends on the specific workflow. For our example, like I can provide just examples from companies I worked with previously, and it was always about the faster we reach out, the more chances we get to convert this lead. And the difference was like if we reach out within like first 15 minutes, the lead is will convert in 30% of cases. If we reach out in first 1 hour, this percentage reduces. That's how it works.
Yeah, thank you very much. Super clear and to the point. Guys, I just want to remind you that we have several minutes for your questions. And meanwhile, there are a couple of questions I would like to ask. And the first question is, what skills or knowledge should marketers develop to get better at automation? Because it can just overwhelm or confuse when someone just do the first step.
I would say curiosity, first of all. Because what I see as a trend in the US market is that the roles start um, to merge. So let's say there is no, let's say, a person specifically on and only for email, but let's say there is a specialist that owns content creation and some channel like email. So the roles and functions start to merge. Automations is really a nice field to test things, to test hypotheses, and to free time for something more impactful. So once you start like testing the systems, once you start to activate your curiosity, it's like you're uh, figuring out that other functions are not that complicated. So and you actually can create a really seamless workflows by knowing how to do this, and again exploring the other fields and other functions and how to combine them together. Let's say for content, if we parse industry news, if we brainstorm topic ideas, we can create any type of content. Like let's say um, we can do email newsletters, we can do social posts, we can create scripts for TikTok videos and ask our founders to create those videos. Or even better, we can create AI avatars of our founders and use them to create TikTok videos. I mean, you see, and it's so like it sounds easy, but in fact, it's not that hard to do. The automation is like the clay, if I can say so, to put all these pieces together and come up with something really smooth and nice that will do giant portion of job, and you will overview it, like you will supervise that solution, you will control how it works, and that's another level of proficiency, I would say.
Okay, just smart way to approach it. Thanks for sharing. And I can see a couple of questions here in the chat. So Roman asks, would you share your contact information? QR code is pointing to Olga Minko.
Right.
Contact info, let me
Give me.
know.
Yes. So, guys, don't be confused. I have two names, and that's okay. One name is legal. The second name is professional name. So, LinkedIn is it doesn't like professional names, and so this is why my account is like has both of them. That's okay. Please connect. That's me. All good.
Yeah, thank you. And the question from Matthias, any reason on using make and not N8N?
Um, Basically, I didn't try N9N so far. This is on my list to try next, along with some other really nice tools that appeared recently. But I know that N9N even more powerful than Make.com. Well, anyway, when you master one system, the second system is absolutely not that complicated to grasp and start using. So I mean, like you decide what better for you. Basically, they are super similar.
Okay, so one more question from me, and maybe a great question to wrap up. Any trends in AI plus no code you are personally excited about right now?
The agents. 2024 was a year for burst of AI agents, and this trend proceeds in 2025. And what inspires me the most is are the tools basically that allow to create custom AI agents like Relevance AI. And you can actually create not just one agent. And the next step is basically to create agents that communicate with each other. And you orchestrate the agents. Like imagine how much power all humans have with them so far.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Thank you very much. And I can see many thanks here in the chat.
Thank you.
Thanks for the useful information and inspiration. And thank you very much for this webinar. So thank you. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you for the insights. Thank you. It was super valuable. Lots of takeaways and fresh ideas of automation to think about implementation. And maybe you have something, final thoughts or key takeaways you'd like to leave us with.
Spark your curiosity and try no code automations. We are like everyone can be a no-code developer. It takes time to grasp in those iterators and webhooks and JSONs, but it worth it. Our professional lives could be and can be much more bright and interesting if we automate those mundane operations. And like, you don't need to rely on ready to use tools on the market. You can build them yourself. That's it. I hope that was inspiring. I hope I just sparked that creativity in you guys. Happy to connect again. Just don't be confused. Please connect with me on LinkedIn. The link is valid, and I'm happy to discuss AI and automations with you further. Thank you.
Yeah, I like it. Thank you so much, Olivia. Thank you all, guys, so much for joining us today as we explore the exciting world of automation. We hope you are feeling inspired, empowered, and ready to take your journey to the next level. And if you have any more questions or want to dive deeper into today's topics, don't hesitate to reach out to Olivia. Also, St. Paul's community is always here to help you succeed. So stay tuned for more smart insights coming your way, and best of luck with your next big venture. Until next time, keep building, keep thriving, and keep rocking it. Catch you later. Take care and stay awesome. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.